Hello friend, welcome back to my channel. Today we see the application of steady flow energy equation. In previous video we discussed the derivation for steady flow energy equation where we discuss the difference between non-flow process and the flow process. The steady flow energy equation generally for open system where we discuss the different terms like the system volume, system boundary. Okay, a certain system where we develop design where some kind of mass will flow at constant flow rate. Okay, through that mass flow rate there is the interaction of between interaction takes place between Q and W, heat and work. Okay, so we're going to now apply the steady flow energy equation for different flow systems in this video. Okay, let's start. Okay, in today's lecture, we're going to apply the steady flow energy equation to the boiler. We are applying the steady flow energy equation to the turbine. We are applying steady flow energy equation to the condenser, also nozzle, reciprocating compressor. I choose the 5 systems, which is the best example for applying for the steady flow energy equation, the flow systems. First, we know the boiler. In this animation, if you see, in that boiler, we are applying heat, and the role of boiler, we know that to generate steam. Okay, that generated steam then flow over the steam turbine. Okay, from the steam turbine we can get the mechanical work that utilized to generate electricity. After expansion of that steam, that low pressure low temperature steam is flow over the condenser. Okay, we know that role of condenser which condensate that steam into the water. That is the function, that is condenser function is to condensate. So in detail now we discuss further slides how to apply for boiler, how to apply for condenser, how to apply for turbine. This is the steam power plant. I purposefully keep this animation so you can recall the concept at least at this level. You just know its functionality. Okay, now let's start with the boiler. Okay, I write down here the steady flow energy equation first. Now we are going to apply. Okay, in case of boiler, if we see, okay, there is a, if we, this relation we also can modify. I also told in previous video Q minus W. Okay, we considering for unit mass there is M is 1 kg, where the change in enthalpy H2 minus H1 plus GZ2 minus GZ1 plus V2 square minus V1 square by 2. Okay, now apply this steady flow equation to the boiler. If you see, if I assume that the change in potential energy, I assume that there is negligible change in height, that inlet and outlet height, so it is the 0. I assume there is no change in kinetic energy. Okay, the only role of boiler is to produce the steam by applying heat to the furnace. So heat is added to the boiler, so heat is a positive, and boiler doesn't produce any kind of shaft work, so W is a 0. Now the equation becomes here the Q is positive, W is 0. For considering unit mass there is only in that side H2 minus H1, so for boiler the steady flow equation becomes Q is equal to H2 minus H1. See here, again no mechanical work, no change in kinetic energy, no change in potential energy, height change between inlet axis is negligible, and that final equation is the Q is equal to H2 minus H1. Now we're going to apply the steady flow equation for nozzle. Okay, first write down the steady flow equation. I again write Q, that W are that minus sign. For unit mass there is change in, now change in enthalpy, change in potential energy, and the change in kinetic energy. I again write every time because you can understood this equation. Now apply this nozzle. In case of nozzle there is a Q, there is a, we assume that there is isentropic flow. So what kind of, suppose I have flow over the steam in that nozzle, I assume that there is no heat loss to the surrounding. This is the isentropic expansion. I assume that all the nozzles also produce some kind of insulation, so there is no heat loss. Also we know that the nozzle is not producing any kind of shaft work. So nozzle is not producing any kind of shaft work. so W is also 0. The main role of nozzle is know that the function of nozzle to increasing its velocity, increasing its kinetic energy. So I also assume that inlet and outlet are the same height, so change in potential energy is 0, and the role of nozzle is to increasing the kinetic energy. So there is a Q is also 0, W is also 0, so H2 minus H1 plus the change in potential energy 0, so the remaining is V2 square minus V1 square. I separate this 2, so the relation becomes now, when that enthalpy drop I am taking this side, is becomes H1 minus H2, okay, V2 square by 2 minus V1 square by 2. If you consider here now that inlet V1 is the inlet velocity, okay, if I assume that the inlet velocity is very less as compared to the V2, the V2 is too much larger than the V1, so I assume that V1 is approximately 0. So the equation becomes V2 square by 2 is equal to H1 minus H2. Therefore V2 is equal to under root, we get relation twice H1 minus H2. That is the steady flow energy equation for nozzle. Now we discuss again. So nozzle is a device varying cross section where the role is to drop in a pressure, increasing its velocity. No mechanical work, W0, flow is isentropic, so Q is 0. Change in height between that enter and exit is negligible, so Z1 is equal to 0. Okay, when you apply, if you considering some V1 is there, the relation is like that. If you assume V1 is 0, just only this relation. Then for nozzle, now we apply the steady flow equation for a steam turbine. We know that the high pressure steam enter and that low pressure low temperature steam is out. Okay, at the same time we get one kind of mechanical work. We get the mechanical power in the form of rotating shaft. The work is developed by the system, so W is positive. I also assume that there is isentropic heat drop, isentropic expansion in the turbine, so there is a Q loss to the surrounding is again 0. Write down first steady flow equation, again Q minus W for unit mass only, the change in enthalpy H2 minus H1, the change in potential energy Z2 minus Z1 plus the change in kinetic energy V2 square minus V1 square by 2. Okay, for nozzle I assume there is a negligible difference in height, there is no any kind of change in kinetic energies. Okay, in that boiler Q is 0, W is positive, and there is the H2 minus H1. Okay, so I also write W. Okay, the equation becomes now minus W is equal to H2 minus H1. I also write W is equal to H1 minus H2. So work developed by the turbine is always nothing but this drop in enthalpy. The enthalpy drop is equal to the work developed by the turbine. Is here W is equal to H2 minus H1. Okay, so negligible change in velocity, negligible change in potential energy. So again revise, change in potential 0, change in kinetic energy 0, Q is 0 and W is positive. Okay, so relation becomes here H1 minus H2 is equal to W. There is a mistake in this printing mistake here, so for W I solve this equation here, W H1 minus H2, the drop in enthalpy, W is equal to nothing but H1 minus H2 is the final. Now the role of condenser, if we see the wet steam enter in the condenser, okay, it comes in contact with the cold water, and that cold water absorb heat from steam, and absorbing steam it becomes hot water. So the steam, heat of steam is carried away by the system, away from the system, or which causes the boundary of the system in the form of hot water. So wet steam heat is absorbed by the cold water, and which after absorbing that cold water is keep away from the system. So if we see the coolant in and the coolant out, so heat is rejected. So heat is rejected by the condenser in the form of hot water. Okay, so Q is negative. So write the equation again. Q minus W is equal to, for unit mass, drop in enthalpy, change in potential energy, the change in kinetic energy. Again, I assume that change in potential is 0. There is no any change in kinetic energy is also 0. Q is negative. In case of condenser, there is no any kind of shaft work. So W is 0. So equation becomes minus Q minus 0 is equal to H2 minus H1. So Q is equal to again H1 minus H2. So heat loss by the condenser is nothing but a drop in enthalpy. That is H1 minus H2. See here, the Q is H1 minus H2. No mechanical work, W 0, change in kinetic energy, potential is 0. No external heat interaction. Okay, and actually assume that the Q is rejected to the system. Okay, from surrounding there is no any heat interaction between system and surrounding, only heat is rejected by the system. I assume that. So for condenser, the Q is equal to H1 minus H2. Now reciprocating compressor. We know that reciprocating compressor is work absorbing device where cold air is sucked and that outlet is high pressure, high temperature air. So that after inlet all the cold air in and that exhaust, there is a high pressure, high temperature air. So the Q is rejected by the system. So I assume that the Q is negative. And this is the reciprocating motion is because of it absorbing some electric work via motor. So that steady position equation first write down. Again I write Q minus W for unit mass, drop in enthalpy plus change in potential energy plus change in kinetic energy. So in case of compressor, the Q is negative, W is also negative. So equation becomes minus Q minus W is equal to H2 minus H1. I again assume that the change in potential and kinetic energy again 0. So the equation becomes W minus plus W minus Q is equal to H2 minus H1. So equation becomes W is equal to H2 minus H1 plus Q. This is the work done by the reciprocating compressor. What kind of work is absorbing? That is a drop in enthalpy plus Q. That much amount of work is necessary to supply that compressor. So we see here the relation W is equal to H2 minus H1 plus Q. Thank you. Hopes you understood how to apply the steady position equation. Is very simple. Just keep in the mind the change in potential energy and the change in kinetic energy is only, I assume that 0 for all the systems except nozzle, because in nozzle the main role of the nozzle to generate high speed kinetic energy. And the other that we also know that the sign convention, we also go through my videos, that is the concept of heat and work and the sign convention. We clear cut get the ideas regarding sign convention. Heat is added positive, heat is rejected negative, work done on the system negative, work done by the system positive. Hopes you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe my channel Siddhanath Nishanta. Thank you.